Hello, welcome to Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. It's an England special. We saw England beat the Republic of Ireland 3-0 on Thursday. So we'll start with that. England with goals from Maguire, Sancho and Calvert-Lewin. Honestly, as much as it was good to get a win and it was sort of a professional performance, and it wasn't the first team, so to speak, although I think a couple of players will be in there. I don't think the formation was right, and I think Republic of Ireland are so bad that a team with the attacking quality that England have should be hitting them for 6 at least.
Yeah, agreed. I think 3-0 was just about par, to be honest. It should have been way more than that. As you say, gone are the days of Ireland from Keane, Quinn, Duff. Got some really good players back in the day. Their team is terrible now. It really is. They're really, really poor. But it's good. But yeah, it was good to see Grealish play, mate. Played very well. It's nice to see him starting. Calvert-Lewin obviously scored from the penalty spot, but was lively. It was nice to see Winks play as well. He played okay.
Well, I was thinking Winks is very lucky to be in the England squad. He's not making the Spurs bench at the moment, especially when you've got players like Ross Barkley playing incredibly well, who at the moment, because of the relationship with Grealish, would potentially be in my England starting lineup the way he's playing. So Winks needed a good performance and did put on in a relatively good performance in a difficult role in that midfield too.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And as you say, yeah, probably not there on form, but he fits the system. He's decent on the ball. He's nice, technically gifted, so he's decent. But as you say, would expect better against a pretty poor Ireland side.
Why are we playing 3 at the back? It baffles me. It baffles me so much. We have centre backs who don't play at 3 in a 3 for their clubs, so they have to adapt. So they're not used to it. I didn't think defensively we looked that good. In the first sort of 20 minutes, Ireland came forward a couple of times. It's the only threat they posed throughout the game. But when they came forward, they had opportunities. They were getting in behind Michael Keane, who we've said before, and I'll say again, I'm not sure is necessarily England quality. I just don't understand why we play 3 at the back. Have a 4 with a midfield 3. We should be beating most teams in the world. England are a very good side. It's why they're now joint favourites to win the Euros. But we won't be with 3 at the back. And I don't know why Gareth Southgate seems scared to actually unleash the attacking threat of England.
Yeah, agreed. It seems to be becoming more commonplace in football, isn't it? I hate 3 at the back with a passion. As an Arsenal fan, I'm already becoming very annoyed by it because it doesn't work.
None of the best teams play it. Think about it.
No, agreed. And it just stifles the attacking flair. And we got some really, really good quality going forward. I thought Sancho's goal was great. It takes away from players like that. And we are more than good enough to play 4 at the back. I don't understand why we don't. But Southgate needs to sort it out. There's too many right backs and left backs in that squad.
Yeah, what I don't understand is you look at the teams that play 3 at the back, and it works for teams like Sheffield United, who are organised and tidy and don't score a lot of goals. Wolves somehow make it work, but they've got different players. But the teams that are using it at the top, I hate to rub this in, but look how poor Arsenal are at the moment. Harry Maguire's had more shots on target in the Premier League than both Lacazette and Aubameyang, and part of that is a bad system.
Yeah, I agree. A system like that is great when you're away at Man City, trying to hold out, will take a point, not when you're at home against a Villa. It doesn't work. There's not enough attacking flair or quality. And it's the same with England. We have got more than enough quality going forward. Play 4-3-3. It works.
It would.
And I hope it does.
You know, even against Belgium, and Belgium are a very strong side, although defensively, they're not that great. They've got Toby Alderweireld, but he's not the player he was. Jan Vertonghen's in there, again, not the player he was. And then behind that, players like Boyata, who weren't good enough for the Premier League, really. And you look at that and you think, have a go at them. And you don't need a back 3 of 3 players who don't play in a back 3 normally. Get it right, especially when he seems determined to make Declan Rice the holding midfielder for England. When you've got a player like that who can drop into the back line, who's capable and will sit, that can be your third centre-back, but he doesn't need to officially be the third centre-back. He can step into midfield.
I agree. Well, we've obviously got to get a result against Belgium as well. We can't just sit there and go, let's take a point, really good result. No, we've got to go and win. And as you say, you've mentioned that back line is ageing. What's behind it is not good. We should be going at Belgium, and they are there for the taking and not as great as they maybe were I don't know, even a couple of years ago, there is a chance to go and win the game, and I hope we put on a good display. And I hope we give it a right good go.
What would your starting lineup be then? Out of the people in the squad right now, who are you starting for England?
Well, goalkeeper's obviously an issue already. I think he will go Pickford. I don't think he should, but he will.
And he's good
I
back
think
three, but I don't want you to pick that because I know neither of us want a back three.
no, we'll go 4-4-2. So right back at the moment, I'd probably give it to James, to be honest, at right back.
He can't. He's suspended. James is suspended. But I agree. After the performance against Ireland and the way he slotted in into the back three as well, actually, and this is quite controversial. So far in his performances for England, Reece James has impressed me more in an England shirt than Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't think Trent's played that well for England. Playing as a wing-back doesn't suit his game. He likes to dictate from deep, which you can't do as a wing-back. You have to push up. But Reece James seems to take into international football better than Trent. I'm not saying he's a better player. I'm saying the way England have played, he has suited it better. And for me, I'd be tempted to make him first choice.
I agree. As you say, I think he's also better defensively as well, isn't he? And I don't think Southgate has ever really... He is, yeah. And I don't think Southgate's ever really rated Alexander-Arnold so far. When he plays, he doesn't really do a lot for England. And obviously, he's out at the moment. But yeah, there's just something about it. I'd be interested if he starts the Euros. Big call. We'll see what happens. But
we'll see how his form picks up. He doesn't need to, because, it's been said a lot that Trent's going to end up in midfield and he's not a natural right back, whereas Reece James is. He's good at the back. He's good going forward and he's good on the ball, but he's got a bit. He looks to me like he's got a little bit more pace as well. I think as a purely as a right back, maybe he's better, but it doesn't mean that Trent's not a more gifted footballer, and he was the best right back in the world last year. So it's going to be a tricky one, but right now James edges it just in England performances for me.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, mate. I think centre halves, you're looking at Maguire next to him at the moment. Obviously, Gomez is out for quite some time. It's probably got to be Tyrone Mings.
He impressed me. I think he's looking good this season. I think he's been great, and he's growing as a player. I'd pick him as well. I think at right back right now, because Trent's out of the squad as well. It's the old shootout between Walker and Trippier, and he loves Trippier, so he'd be my favourite to start.
Yeah, no, definitely. Left back, I assume Chilwell played in the week, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
100%.
He didn't play, so he'll be on. He'll start.
You can tell I watched the game. Then obviously Declan Rice will sit in the hole. Next to him, interesting, not really sure. I assume Henderson's in the squad. He should start.
I'd start Mason Mount. I thought he was excellent in the 2 against Republic of Ireland, because I'd be starting, if it was me picking, I'd have Mason Mount in the middle, Rice, and right now, if he was there, it'd be Barkley, to be completely honest, but he's not. He's not in the squad. But probably Henderson. I'd probably stick Henderson in with the players available. Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, no, agreed. And I think obviously Grealish on form at the moment has got to start. He is great again. Good assist. Looks really lively. Sancho again, other side. Obviously Sterling.
You've picked too many players already. It'd have to be.
Wow.
I'd be dropping Sancho. I mean, I know he scored, but he's not impressed me this season. I'd be having Grealish one side, Sterling the other, and Harry Kane through the middle. That's the best England team right now.
We'll see if he picks that. I doubt he will. There'll be some form of randomer in there where we'll all go, well, what's that for?
I can tell you who he'll pick. It's an easy thing that he's gonna go Pickford in goal. He's going to play a back three he'll probably play the same back three, because Conor Cody's pulled out of the squad. So the back three of Keane, Maguire, and Mings. He might actually sub out Keane and play Kyle Walker in that back three. Actually, it might be Walker, Maguire, and Mings. Mings will get dropped for Dyer. Eric Dyer. He'll probably play Walker, Maguire, and Dyer. Actually, thinking about it, he'll play left wing back of Chilwell. Right wing back will be Trippier. He will play Rice and Henderson next to each other, and we won't be able to keep the ball. And he'll play a front three of Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, and he'll probably play Sancho. I just can't see him starting Grealish. He needs to, but I can't see it happening.
No, I just don't get why he doesn't trust Grealish, to be honest. Every time he comes in, he plays well. His form in the Premier League has been absolutely fantastic. He's by far the most creative footballer in the Premier League at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he is massively important. And I think we need him starting, but we shall see. I can't see it either, to be honest.
Score prediction.
Oh, it's going to be tight. I think we're going to lose 2-1. I think we're going to heap pressure on Southgate.
I think 2-1 if we play 3 at the back. I agree. If we just go to a 4-3-3, which he should do, which everyone's calling for him to do, I think England win it. And I think England actually could win it quite comfortably. I think it could be 3-1 England. I really do. I think that's the difference between the systems. And that's the difference the players will, the freedom that will actually be able to get the ball into the midfield and dominate that area, which we barely did against Ireland until the second half when the game was gone.
I agree. If we can, as you say, if we can just take control of the game, no offence to their midfield, but we can match them and we can be better than them. And if you've got the likes of Grealish wide, Sterling, you've got Kane dropping in deep, it's a decent side. So, hopefully we do win.
If he does it and we win and he plays the 4-3-3, on the next episode, when we look back at the game and we preview Iceland, I will sing the Southgate song because I sung it during the World Cup. It's not that I don't like Southgate. I just think he's too timid and he needs to take some risks. That was Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like the page, subscribe to the channel, and like our Instagram as well, @pub_football. We'll be back early next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Getting it all together.